Hey man, just giving you a quick call. I just wanted to let you know that you are so close, dude. You're so much closer than you think. A lot of these big goals that we've had and these big aspirations, they're right around the corner for you, dude. So you just cannot give up. So stoked for you to see this. P.S. We bought a Lambo. So keep going, bro. We'll talk soon. Peace.
Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Bryson. This is the Bryson Everyday Project podcast. This podcast is a little bit different than other ones out there. Here, I only focus on documentation. I don't focus on quality or being professional or being entertaining. If that sounds like something you're interested in, I'd love for you to stick around and give the show a listen. You can also follow me on Instagram at BRQUSE. Thank you so much. Here's the show. So I was listening to some Dan Martell today and just cutting straight to it. In a podcast, he said you should not be selling your time. You should be selling the finished product. And I know I just dove right into this, but just hearing that, I was like, "Fuck, you're right." So now I kind of feel like I need to get out of this hourly shit ASAP and get into selling things in full. I don't know. Here's the thing. Right now, for me, this hourly stuff is really how I'm paying bills and how I'm able to pay off a lot of debt that's coming my way, I'm able to use a lot of the money coming my way to pay off the debt. That's what I'm trying to say. And I can't just not do that right now because I've kind of planned everything off of this. And hopefully with PT Dom getting in the mix, I just want to get some hours in with them because obviously I have to clear 30 to make up the debt that I owe, which sucks. But after 30, then it's all money. And I don't know how long this first project is going to take, but if I had to guess, it'd be like a 3 or 4 day thing. I don't know. Depends on how many hours I work with it. The cool thing is I'm not capped. It's not like 2 hours only per day. If I want to work the whole day and try to put hours into it, then I totally can. And with how everything else is set up, I think that I would be able to take advantage of that quite a bit, So if I'm working 8 hours for Trey Dawson, Mina, and then I work another 6 hours, that's 6 hours, which would be, it's almost 2 days in one from what I'm currently doing. So if I could just get them to respond and get them, I can't really do anything. They just said they're busy. And I just want them to respond so that we can move forward with all this shit. So thought for sure I'd get a response today because it's Monday, but oh well. I don't know. Hopefully they're not moving on from me. I know, see, this is me overthinking shit. But anyway, so what I actually did today was I made a little basic tracker sheet for myself. I called it, where is it? I called it... Where the fuck is it? Oh, I called it Operation 10 Sales. And all it is it's a little spreadsheet kind of thingy in Notion. It's just got the person or the Instagram account's name, the link, if they're an account or like a central hub for more accounts, a button to click when I message them, the last time I spoke with them, a formula, and then any notes for what I'm talking about. And the intent is to DM people and see if I can get in with them and see if I can sell them my shit. Now, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing in this regard, so I think this is going to be where the documentation of stuff really is cool for this podcast, because I sent 11 messages, and what I did was I went to my old coach. His name's Chandler Monaloo, and he actually had his account hacked and got reset from, I think it was 300,000 followers and something with his Facebook. I don't know. And he lost a lot. I don't know. That sucks. But anyway, I went to his account because I didn't want to go to Brian's account and then try to message people. I don't want to be hit with any kind of, you're listening to my clients and you're in the program, blah, blah, blah. It's I don't know. I just want to stay clear of that. And it's funny because even if I would be doing the same exact thing I'm doing now, which would have nothing to do with soliciting to clients in his program, coming from the standpoint of me being in the program, because I would have been doing this regardless. So I went to Chad's Instagram and I just went to his followers, and then I went through the list and I clicked on the accounts, and if they look like a fitness coach, then I just sent them a message, and I put no thought into the messages. I just wanted to see if people would read it, if people would respond. And one dude did respond very quickly, and it was the exact type of response that I thought for sure I would get, which was, let me go to it. I said, hey, Tim, got a question for you about how you run your coaching program. And then I said, I see you have a ton of client wins, which is so awesome to see. And he says, hey, man, appreciate it. Just giving you a heads up. I have a business coach and systems in place, so I'm not looking to work with anyone else right now. Cool. And I said, no worries at all, man. I'm no business coach. I'm just a nerd with Notion, and I help people avoid the Google Sheet Empire time bomb. That's it. And then he gave me a thumbs up. And I think the old me would have been like, what the fuck? He didn't even respond. This sucks. Matter of fact, when I first learned about Excel and I built a macro tracker, when I first built that, I made it 10 times better with a whole bunch of stuff. And then I messaged people asking if they wanted to buy it straight up. I was like, hey, do you want to, is that what I said? I was like, hey, I'm selling this macro cheat sheet. You want to look at it or something like that? This is forever ago. And I think I messaged like 15 people and then I gave up straight up. I was like, oh man, not one response. Fuck. And then I stopped. So old me would have been like devastated. But I guess me now is like, well, you know, going back to that me talking always about, if I just message 100 people a day and blah, 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 then it would be, sorry, just totally lost my train of thought. Me, the old me saying, sorry, going back to when I would always talk about if I just message 100 people a day, then blah, blah, blah. If I just do that, then I think I'm cool. And what's cool is I messaged these 10 people and it was so enjoyable for me. And it's so interesting that I feel that way because when I was messaging people for fitness, it was like I would rather put a toothpick under my toe nail and kick a door. That's how I felt. I was like, fuck, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. But now with this, it's like, oh, fuck it. Let me send them, I'll send however many I need. And I sent 10, maybe in 15 minutes because I made it into kind of a tracking game because I'm using Notion for all this shit now. So, I made a little tracker sheet for myself, made some buttons, some automations, and learning or doing implementing what I've learned from working for these other coaches. I was able to make this very quickly, and I was able to, I guess, just knowing the patterns and how shit works inside of Notion, I was able to just quickly make this up, and now it works exactly as I want. And it's pretty cool because I'm using some shit that I've actually built now. Because with all this other stuff, I'm not using it. All these other coaches and clients of mine are going to, but not me. So anyway, I guess in case you're curious, there's a name, the URL, the type, like I said earlier. And when I click the button, it puts it into a new database. It says the name, the URL, the date that I spoke with them, which is the date that I clicked the button. And then if I have any notes, I'll put the notes in there and then I'll save it. And then that way, when I click on the lead, I have a message history of every time that I've talked with them and everything that I've ever said. And I just think that's fucking sick. I think that's a genius thing. And I think I'm going to implement that into everything else I build for these other coaches moving forward. Just a little button that says message. When you click on that, you keep tabs on what you said to them and blah, blah, blah. That way other people can go in there and see. So I think that's very cool. So that's what I did. And I messaged 11 people. And it was fun because it was almost like a game. It was like I'm trying to collect leads. And all these leads are out there. I'm just trying to get however many I need. And so I have a little button on here or a little formula that says how many days it's been since I last spoke with them. So it just subtracts now from the date. Or it counts the days between now and the date. So because I talked with them today, July 14th, 2025, it says 0 because the days between July 14th and July 14th are 0. So pretty cool. And now I just got to get more people in here. So I really have put zero thought into the message. I've put zero thought into the strategy. I just was like, you know what? All I'm going to do right now is I'm going to send 10 messages and that's it. Which is pretty cool to think about because, Hormozy talks about the law of 100. And I used to think that so I'm not trying to get ahead of myself by any means, but it is just so goddamn clear with this specific niche of business, who the fuck I'm trying to reach because anybody who's a fitness coach, that's who I'm trying to target. Now, obviously I'm trying to get the higher end coaches, but anybody that's not the high end ones, if they're lower, then that's fine. And I could probably do something with some basic Notion stuff or even build some spreadsheets. I don't know. What I have in my Instagram bio right now, which is why that guy knew that I was trying to do some shit, is I said, my Instagram bio says, and this is my Bryson.sessions account. It's not my Instagram that's in the intro to this to the podcast, but it is, I help online fitness coaches with their systems, operations, and business metrics so they never have to look at a spreadsheet again, with the nerd emoji and a fire emoji. And again, just thought of that on the fly, and then I started messaging people. It's interesting to see the difference in this versus the fitness stuff, because with the fitness stuff, I probably spent like hours trying to figure out what the fuck to put in my bio, and then I would procrastinate sending messages. And then when I did, it was so hard to find who I was looking for. And with this, it was just like I go to a business coach's, a fitness business coach's profile, go to their followers. Anybody that says online fitness coach is like, boom, that's exactly what I'm looking for. And it was just so simple, and I didn't have to, I don't know. So to the fitness shit, I think I just couldn't give a fuck, truthfully. And that's why I wasn't doing well. Like talking about calories and macros and trying to always fill myself in the gym and trying to, it's just like, fuck, dude, I'm good, bro. That may have just been a phase of life for me. And ever since I got injured, it kind of took the fire away. I don't know what it was, but for me, it's just, I'm so glad that I made this pivot. That's all I can say. So anyway, I messaged these 11 people, I don't know, like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, which, if I'm going for 100 and we'll just say it's 15 minutes, I feel like that's fair. Then that would be 40 an hour. So it'd take me 2.5 hours about to message 100 people. And there's the Jets, 9:30 p.m. Here in Utah, we have these Jets, obviously the ones that I used to work on, and they are so goddamn loud that when I go somewhere else and I don't hear them, it feels weird. When I lived in Arizona, I never heard any Jets. When I lived in Colorado, I never heard any Jets. It's really weird. So it's something that makes me feel like I'm home. So anyway, random. But yeah, so 2.5 hours to message 100 people. I don't even think I would have messaged 100 people. I don't know. And the reason why I say that is because I'm not trying to have my account banned or restricted or shadow banned or any of that horse shit. I just don't want to deal with that. So I don't know. But anyway, it was pretty cool because with these buttons, it's simple. I just click it and then bam. So I put half my screen as Instagram, half my screen as Notion. I go to a page on Instagram, click it, message, blah, blah, blah. I'd go back, copy the URL, and then go into Notion, copy the name, paste, copy the URL, paste. Are they a single account or are they a hub account? Which for me, that would mean, that Chandler guy I was talking about, he's a hub because he's got all the coaches following his followers. Whoa. He's got all of his followers are the coaches I'm looking for. So I would just go to him and I'd go to his followers and I'd start messaging them. And then the single would be the actual individual accounts from the hub. And then the hubs are just kind of for me to look at and be like, yeah, I need some more people. So I'm going to go and find someone from this list. And I'm sure I'll get to a point where I run out of, like I'm going to have to keep on scrolling, not run out, but like I'm going to run out of, not run out. I'm going to scroll so far down that I'm going to have to keep on scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. And I don't have anything to prevent myself from making a duplicate, which is exactly, if you listen to that Trey team meeting Zoom call, somebody asked that question like, hey, we might have duplicates. How can we prevent against that? And honestly, I think my best answer to that would be just put the names in alphabetical order. And if there are two of the same name, then there you go. But if the link and the names are different, then I don't know. Maybe I can do something with the formula to extract the name. Can you do that? Oh, hold on. How do you extract? Let's see if you can do that really quick. Can Notion formulas extract certain data from URLs? Can extract a certain portion from a URL? Wow. Well. Okay. I want a formula to extract the username of an Instagram URL. Replace all prop Instagram. Wow, no way. No way this works. No way this works, dude. Let's see. Replace all URL. No fucking way it works. Holy fuck, it works, dude. The first one didn't. Why? Holy fuck, it works, dude. That's crazy. So what I just discovered is you can make a formula, extract certain things from a URL. And I think it's not even a URL. I think it's just anything, which, whoa, you can do a lot with this. Wait, why did it fuck up on the first one though? I'm gonna, wait, this is crazy. I just learned some shit. Can I combine the links? Wait, how the fuck does that work? How does this work? I'm trying to, yeah, I don't know about that. I'll just, never mind. Okay, so anyway, back on topic, I suppose. This is crazy. What can I do with this? That's a lot of power here. I don't know. Let's just do this. Okay, not wrap. Unwrap. Okay. Anyway, so I just learned some shit. So I want to make it so that the link is also part of the formula. That'd be cool, but I don't think I can. But anyway, way off topic. I just want to be able to, I just want to sell my shit. And I don't want to work hourly anymore. And I don't want to be under the will. I don't want to be under the gun of what somebody else wants in the moment and then me have to because I said I would for the 2 hours per day. You know, fuck. And the reason why that's frustrating is because today started off kind of shitty in regards to, I guess, just communication. So I just want to say this. Dawson's a cool ass guy. I just think that our communication is not well because, well, just because. So I've built entire systems and I'm like, hey, dude, they're ready to go. Just need to do this and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And then he'll come back and he'll say, hey, man, well, we actually don't really need this because we track it over here. And we don't need this because we have somebody that's going to revamp the team. They already have something in Notion, so we don't need that. And for me, I couldn't give a fuck what he doesn't want to use. Like, it's all good. I love making this stuff, and I made it, so it's mine. I don't care. But what I do care about is the fact that it's built to be used. It's built and it operates off of synergy. And what I mean is everything works off of one another, and to get the benefit of everything, you need to use everything. For example, for income, that's all tracked in there. But if you and it goes to the expenses, and it'll show you how much you're profiting per month based off of income and expenses. So obviously, if your profit is more than your expenses, you're profiting. If it's not, then you're losing. And he said that he doesn't need to track the finances because he does that in Stripe and stuff like that. It calculates all that for him. And that's awesome. However, now all the business expenses and totals and all that stuff are going to be absolutely fucking incorrect because it thinks that you're not making money. And I guess as long as you know that, then it doesn't fucking matter, But it's like, what do you need me to do then? because everything's good to go, you know? Kind of like the whole thing with Brian, where I was like, dude, it's been good to go. It's ready. You know, you just wanted me to do this fancy thing and it's not working. So, you know, so I don't know. And what sucks is Dawson is a good contact to have, because he is in direct contact with Brian and Cole. And I just want to say this just to be very clear, not talking shit. It's just a frustration that I have. And I said, hey, dude, it would be way better if we sat down on a Zoom call and I went over this one-on-one with you to show you, and we kind of worked through some scenarios just to see what you like, what you don't like, and go from there. And he's like, yeah, that'd be awesome. Put our minds together. And I'm like, yeah, dude, fuck yeah, let's do that. So, yeah, so the day kind of started kind of shitty like that, but then it actually got shittier because some of the stuff that I'm trying to make, it's one of those things where I don't know what episode it was, maybe like 10 or 20. No, it's more than that. 20? I can figure it out. Let's figure out what episode it was. I know what it was titled. Let's see, almost done. Almost over the hump. One big brainstorm. Zoom call, team call, reframe the workflow. I think it is 611. I think it's 611, roughly, the episode, where I was trying to figure out how I could do something with split payments and making sure that they're active and only counting the active ones and I don't know, something like that. And I took a whole day and I just couldn't figure it out. And I had to restructure so much shit just to make it work. It's one of those things. I had a similar thing today, and I don't know. Like, I go so deep down the rabbit hole of trying to fix something that I don't even know what the original problem is that I'm trying to fix, because it's like I go down, like I open a door and then there's like 10 doors and it's like, all these need fixing. And it's like, oh, for fuck's sake. Okay. They're all simple fixes. And I go in there and fix them all. And then the 11th door or whatever, I just got to pick a door and keep on going down, because every door is the same. I can take every route from each door, whatever. Go into the second door, and then there's 5 doors. And it's like, okay, 3 of these doors are good, only 2 need fixing. And it's like, oh, sick. Then I fix those 2. And then I keep on going and going and going. And by the time I've gone through the 10th door, it's like, what the fuck am I even looking for anymore? I've gone down this tunnel. What's the original problem I'm trying to solve, you know? Because it's like one big giant ass single player chess match of, if I do this, then this happens. And if I do that, then that happens. If I do this, then that happens. And if I do this, then this happens. If I don't do this, this doesn't happen. So that's good. And if I don't, and then I go all the way down and I'm like, what am I even trying to build right now? And so then I have to figure my way back out. And then all that shit that I created thinking I was solving a problem is still there. So then it's more confusing. So I'm like, what the fuck is this? What's this formula for? There's nothing even that connects to. What the hell is this? Garbage, and then delete. And then I'm like, did I just delete something that I needed to save? And so that is the most frustrating part about all of this. And all I wanted to do is just link pages together automatically. And the amount of shit, the mental anguish that I go through trying to make it so people click one less time it's just so much. It really is for just one, or I guess technically 2 less clicks. Because I want it to just link a page with another page and then sum that page's numbers up, give me that number, put it in the first page. So that way we don't have to go back and forth, cross-reference, add them up, use it. I just want it to be automated. And I went to the gym today, and while I was at the gym, I had little mini moments where I was like, oh, I figured it out, dude. I know exactly how to do it. And then I'd get my phone out and I'd start typing the steps for myself as a reminder for when I get home to do it. And then as I'm typing the steps, I'm like, oh, wait, no, that won't work. And that happened, 3 times. And then I finally got home. I tried to mess around with stuff. And it's funny because I actually, air quotes, did do it correctly, fixed it. But it would only work for one person, not a team. And I was like, oh, I fucking did it. And then I had a very quick, all right. And then I was like, you know what? Let's just move on. And so what I did was I honestly kind of just took a little break today. because I put so much time into, or so much effort into this thing that I'm trying to build. Mina wants it, Trey wants it, Dawson wants it, and I feel 100% justified and okay, I guess, billing those hours simultaneously because they all want the same thing. I'm building the same thing. And so if I work on this thing for 8 straight hours, then we're cool. If I work on it for 12 straight hours, then we're cool. If I work on it for 4 hours, we're cool. I feel 100% justified in doing that and nothing else. And it's still unsolved. I still have to fix it. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what I'm going to do. The problem is the closer form. So if you are listening to the show regularly, maybe we will pick up on this. And if not, then all good. I don't give a fuck. But there is the closer form. The closer fills it out. That data goes into the master log, the financials, the renewals, the follow-ups. And now this thing I call Closer Central. And it's going to go in there and it's going to keep track of all the times or all the sales that the closer makes. The date, the package, how much cash collected, their payout because their commission, what is their commission percentage, and all that. And that's fine. But this needs to link to the mega biz log, the MBL, okay? It needs to link to that log and total up. Oh, you know what? Did I just figure it out? No, wait, hold on. Hold on. No. Fuck, dude. See, like little snippets like that. I'm like, oh, wait, I got it. But no. Anyway, it's going to take the tally. So it needs to be assigned a page. That page or that link, whatever, goes to the business health, the mega biz log for all expenses for commission employees. And it's going to put a total of how much that employee is due to be paid from the commission. So it needs to link not to that whole database, but to that one individual employee. And I can't automate the relation property linking to that person. I just can't. And I'm trying different workarounds and different things. Real quick, every time I ask AI to help me, it's always like, not fucking possible. You can try Zapier and Make though. And I'm like, no. So from here on out, don't suggest any third-party shits. Only Notion. And then it says, well, can't. But you can do this manual thing. And it's like, did you even get the prompt, bro? I said automatic. Anyway, it's so frustrating. And because I've been running so many different tests, I've had to... I built a thing and I want to test the thing if it works. And in order to test it the most efficient way possible, I have to pretty much take certain rules out so that way I don't have to keep on. For example, I want to submit a form. I don't want to have to I don't want to have to fill out everything in the form to submit it. I just want to fill out the things that I need to and click submit. So I had to make every question on there not required, and then a little note to myself to go back in there and fix that. And there is one thing that I figured out how to do with the form, and it's kind of it just looks shitty. But when you click on the form, rather than having a nice, multiple choice, Bryson, was he the closer? Was Bob the closer? Was John the closer? It is a drop-down list, but it's a drop-down list of every single thing in this big log. So there's 200 lines of different shit because it's one big log with multiple things feeding into it. And you'd have to type in the name. I don't want to have to type in the name. I want to be able to click a name, but that's not possible. So that is a work in progress. I'm trying to figure that out. There's got to be a way. There's just got to be a way. And I thought I had it figured out, but there's just certain things that just don't work in Notion. And it's frustrating. But anyway, that was kind of my day. And then I really have just kind of taken a step back from all things Notion shit. And then I was like, I want to start messaging some people. And then I did. And I still haven't gotten a response, which it's fine. I don't even know what I would say if somebody responded. sent. Nobody's even read any of these, so yeah, I don't know. And to be fair, there's nothing on my Instagram. It's all unrelated shit. I mean, there's something of me getting a marshmallow thrown into my mouth. That was on April 20th. Next one is a quote, and then me running. Another one is the gym thing with Lexi, with reaching the pull down bar. Next one's a deadlift. And these are all months apart. So I guess not months, but I guess technically, yeah. Yeah, months apart. September, October, December, yawn. And so I definitely need to start posting some stuff relating to what I'm building and kind of show what it can do, because obviously no one's going to take me up on this. But rather than be like, well, I don't have any posts, I just message 10 people. Put them into my database. Now I have their contact kind of, and I can message them, whatever else. Anyway, not to mention with all of this, with the thing that I was talking about earlier, I had a conversation with Trey about what he wanted, and he says that this is what he said. He says, Brandon makes $1,000 a week salary and 10% on re-signs. Mariah's $20 an hour. I don't know how many hours per week she works. And then the VAs are $6 an hour, which hearing him say that, I was like, what the fuck, dude? But I don't know. It's different in other parts of the world. But they make $6 an hour, but make 3% on total cash collected. And then Sam, 10% commissions, all sales closes. So that's fine. But just trying to tile that in, and this is just a one-off thing, you know what I mean? This is just Trey's shit. And then he says he wants a tab that says total conversation started, booking leaks sent, calls booked, scheduled, calls closed, and then a formula that shows show-up rate, closing rate, no-show rate, and then have all that be a monthly thing. You know what I mean? And there's like this mental roadblock, because I don't like, that sounds exciting to build for real. Like I'm excited to build that, but it just sucks because I'm not going to need that. Like that's so specific, that building it and saving it and putting it into my big package that I'm trying to sell. I just don't think that's, I don't know. I'll tell you what, the conversations, booking links, calls booked, scheduled, calls closed, all that shit, that is going to be something I need. So that is cool. So I'm excited to build that. But this 3% and then I don't know. It's just, I hate doing all this because it's so messy until you're done. And then once it's done, it's so clean. It's like, ooh, this looks good. But I've just got shit everywhere. I've got, I don't want to delete old stuff yet because I'm not 1000% certain that this is the way to go. And I don't want to delete the other shit and then have to redo it all. I know how I would do it. It's very simple, but it's just, Notion is so simple to use, it's just so tedious. But anyway, I'll figure it out. But it's 9:49, and I'm absolutely going to go to bed. And I'm going to go to bed. Yep. So anyway, that's all I got for today. I'm done. And I don't know what else to say. That's it, guys. Thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you later.